Day on Friday, but it is a Super Saturday. We'll start with the Grade 2 City of Hope Mile out there on the turf course. And if we're looking at directions to take this one, Caleb, let's start with Johannes, the 3 singing even money for Trinitimiac team, 7 for 7 out at Santa Anita.
The king of the local sod, and this was his final race of 2024, which was another win. We told you he has that amazing record at Santa Anita. It's always fun when you have the defending champion. The race prior to this one at Santa Anita, the horse won the City of Hope Mile, so Johannes is the defending champion. But also, the horse that was second returns this year, Almendaris. So you got the top 2 finishers from last year. Such a stylish mover. Nothing went to plan in that race at Saratoga. Bad start, checked back into the first turn. Not a lot of pace to run at, and you put it all together, he actually finished 9th. He only beat 1 horse in that race, but coming back to his favorite stomping ground, second off the layoff.
Let's put a line through that race over at Saratoga. Johannes picking up where he left off. We're going to make it 8th right out there at Santa Anita. Other directions to go. Almendaris will start from post position 5 for trainer Phil D'Amato, a winner 2 back in the Wicker. Didn't quite have it last out down there at the Seaside Oval, but 3rd up coming in for the weekend.
He's got a nice late kick, and you know, if you look at his wins, he might not quite be at the Grade 1 or even Grade 2 level. His wins have been in enlisted stakes and then 2 allowance wins, but he's got a nice kick, and he does need a little bit of help. When you need a pace meltdown, it's not very advantageous to be, competing in only a field of 6, but I do think the 6 loves having the lead, and the 4 is also very fast. So you would really be depending on both the 4 and 6 to kind of lock horns early, but it could have a chance because both the 4 and 6 want the lead.
Early pace setter in the Del Mar handicap was Final Boss. 4 sitting at 4-1 as we take it 2 races back. This is also at the Seaside Oval, and look at this turn of foot as they hit the lane and turn for home to get the big W.
Yeah, I always say I don't compare apples to oranges, so I'm not going to hold the last race against Final Boss. That was a 3-turn race. And in this race, a 2-turn race, which of course he gets Saturday, not only does he win, but look at the horse in 3rd, Gold Phoenix, who won the race there at Del Mar. The next one up, the Del Mar handicap at the longer 3-turn distance. So I'm going to cross that race out for Final Boss. I think he might float up. I think 4-1, you actually might get higher than that, and this horse should like the return to the mile trip, and this horse also pretty good at Santa Anita, 4 for 8.
Looks to be a wide open betting affair. Carbo Spirit, the outside runner, sitting at 9-2, gets big money Mike Smith back in the irons for the 3rd consecutive start, and we'll recognise a couple of familiar faces.
You know, this is a horse that likes to control the early tempo. He actually got the 24-1 upset last year in the John Henry Turf Cup at Santa Anita. That was a longer 1.25 miles, but Mike Smith signed on to ride. And hey, if you're a length off Formidable Man 2 times over at Del Mar, Formidable Man, much like Johannes, he's never lost at Del Mar. He's 6 for 6. So for Cabo Spirit to be a length off of the Del Mar course specialist, horse is going pretty well right now.
What's at stake? What's going to be on the line? It's a Breeders' Cup win, and you're into the FanDuel Mile. $60,000 in entry fees paid by the Breeders' Cup, $10K to the nominator, and a $10K travel allowance if based outside California. So the City of Hope Mile coming up this weekend. A competitive field squaring off for that one, and what a lineup we have to get you through all of the lead-up action and buzz. It's a Super Saturday going in to a Titanic Sunday as well.
Yeah, that's a great crew signed on. I'll be in the studio throughout these races here in Los Angeles to try to help you out along the way.